Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my kitchen. I have some friends that are coming over for dinner tonight and I figured why not share with you guys what it is that I plan to make for dinner. I mentioned to my friend Alexa when we were talking a few weeks ago that I had made this ground beef Mexican rice kind of concoction. My husband sent me a video and I kind of followed it, kind of didn't, and it turned out really good. So that is what I'm making today. I made a separate black bean and corn cotija cheese salsa. Salsa in a very loose term. I'm not sure, a salad, or well, I'm not sure what you would call that either. I'm not sure. It's black beans, it's corn, cotija cheese. It's really delicious and I use that on top of it. So I create this bowl, I add some queso, and then I put this black bean and corn concoction on top and it's just really good. So that's what I'm gonna make today. And then of course, I need to have some dessert. And I've never made cinnamon rolls before. I don't know why I've never made them before. I'd love to bake, but they were always kind of intimidating. I made them, I have them in the freezer, and they were super simple to make. It really wasn't anything difficult at all. So I'm gonna take you back to making the cinnamon rolls because I made them yesterday so that I can have them in the freezer. I might leave a few in my freezer and I might give her a few so that she can take home. But yeah, let me take you guys back to yesterday when I was putting together these cinnamon rolls.
Like how I forget, then washed my pants on Monday, forgot I had it there in the pocket for the doctor, but my writing wasn't there. What to do, where are the words to tell them I'm doing okay?
So I'm gonna take them back out a little bit later, let them come to room temperature, add heavy cream in the bottom of the baking dish, bake them, and then we're gonna do a cream cheese frosting to put on top. I do wanna make a variation of it, not today, sometime in the future, with some raspberries in the inside. I think that would be really good if it had like a raspberry filling on the inside. But for today, it's just classic cinnamon rolls. So while my son is taking a nap, I'm gonna take advantage and start prepping some of this food. They're not gonna be here until around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it is currently 11:26. But if you guys have young children, then you know that you are kind of going off of their schedule, and I'm trying to take advantage while he's napping. So let me take you guys over to the stove and let's get started on putting together this Mexican ground beef rice bowl. It appears my son is up now, so wonderful. Anyway, I'm gonna toss in 2 pounds of ground beef. This is still pretty frozen, so I'm gonna put it on low and put a cover on this and kind of let it go for a bit. And then I'll come back and chop this up. This is gonna come together super quickly. But while this is cooking up, I'm gonna work on the black bean and corn salad. So for the black bean and corn salsa, you're going to need some black beans. These are some that I had pressure canned. I made a video on it. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. Let's see. Smells good. I'm gonna rinse these off really quickly. And I think I'm only gonna use 1 pint, but not entirely sure, so we'll see. But to this, I'm gonna add 2 cans of corn. I'm gonna chop up about this much cilantro, just gave it a good wash. So I would say maybe this will end up being about 1/3 of a cup, 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. I also really like to add jalapeno. I'm gonna check and see if I have one. Oh, actually, what am I talking about? I picked some from the garden yesterday. I have a few jalapenos right here. So I'm going to wash and chop this one up and add it in there. And I will take out the seeds just because I don't want it to be too spicy. I like spice, but I also want to be considerate of our guests that are coming to eat. Actually, let me try a little piece of it. I want to see how spicy it is on its own. Super mild, almost no spice at all. So I could have left the seeds in. And then I think for the last thing, aside from the red onion, which I will add in a little bit, the juice of a pretty large lime. And then I'll taste it and see if it needs any kind of salt, pepper. I could add some garlic in here as well. I do have some fresh garlic, so maybe I'll do that. I want to mix all of this together first and then taste it. Since the cotija cheese is kind of salty, I don't want to over salt it. Let's give it a try. That's really yummy. I don't think I need to add any salt to it, but I just remembered I do have some Roma tomatoes in the fridge. So I'm gonna add a little bit of tomatoes to this as well. I need to sharpen my knives. Let me go grab another one. My husband got me the Ninja Never Dull system, and I did sharpen this one a few days ago. I just haven't taken the time to go through and sharpen all of my knives, but this one is definitely much sharper. So if you guys have never tried this combination with black bean corn and cotija cheese, it's almost like a street corn salad. It's just you're adding black beans to it because the street corn, they normally put mayonnaise, sprinkle cotija cheese and hot sauce and things like that. It's really good. If you guys have never had it, I would definitely give it a try. So I'm gonna put some saran wrap on this, pop it into the fridge, and I will come back to you guys in a second once that ground beef on the stove cooks up. All right, so now that the ground beef is cooked up, I'm gonna add all of the seasonings in. I will leave the recipe down in the caption below, so you will find it there. I am gonna go ahead and grab a paper towel and just take out some of the excess fat in this. I don't want it to be too greasy, and I believe this is a 85-15 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna remove that and add the seasonings, and like I said, the recipe is down in the caption below, or in the description below. Now the recipe calls for 2 cups of rice. I'm doubling the recipe, so it's 2 cups of rice. And I have this rice in my pantry and I want to get rid of it. So I'm gonna see how much rice I have in here, and if I don't have 2 cups, then I'll just make up the difference with some jasmine rice. I'm not sure that I'll have 2 cups, but we'll see. So I need about a cup. I'll grab a cup of jasmine rice and then add it in, and it should be fine. have this on low, medium heat. I'm gonna put the lid on it and we're gonna let it sit and cook for about 30 minutes or so. So while that's cooking, I wanna get started on the cinnamon rolls. Now these are still frozen, so I took them out. I have let me see, what time is it? 1:40. So I have some time to let them come to room temperature, and I'm assuming they're going to expand. So I'm thinking, also look how pretty. So impressed. So I'm thinking 3 per row. Maybe do like a sheet of 12. I'm gonna cover this with a kitchen towel, let it sit at room temperature, and hopefully they will double in size. At least I would think so. And I do have some extras here, so I will, because they're frozen, I froze them individually or like on a single layer. They're not stuck together, so I can put them in a Ziploc bag and pop them into the freezer, and I'll see if my friend wants to take any home. I'll give her some. But yeah, I'm gonna put a clean kitchen towel on this and just let it sit for a while, and we'll check back in about an hour and a half or so. But I think what I'll do is get the cream cheese icing done and out of the way. I pretty much just have to wait for everything to kind of come together, serve it, and then we're good to go. All right, guys, so I asked my husband if he wanted to be my taste tester, and I have a little bowl here for him. I'm going to assemble it exactly the way that I am when my friends come over, but I figured I would do this part now and close the video out because it might be a little bit too hectic to film all of this when they're here, so we're gonna do it now. So I have the Mexican ground beef rice. I need to find a better name for that. Not exactly sure. I think the only thing, now that I'm thinking about it, that is not going to be on this bowl is the queso, because I don't want to take it out of the container. I need to heat it up, and I don't like heating it up in the plastic container, but everything else is exactly the same. So I'm adding a dollop of sour cream, some of that corn, whoa, this is gonna be a packed little bowl. Some of that corn salsa that we made a little bit earlier. Look at me making a mess. I also made up some guac off camera. It's just avocado, a little red onion, lime juice, and salt, and cilantro. So a little guac, and to top it off, a little queso fresco. I'm gonna crumble some of this on here. And this is basically what dinner is gonna look like, just a little bit of a bigger version. But we have our rice and ground beef, our sour cream, the salsa, some guac, some queso fresco. I do have some onion and extra cilantro and lime and hot sauce if they want to add that on top, but this is it right here. All right, guys, so that is everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I love doing dinner parties and things like that. It gives me a chance to do what I love to do best, which is cook and bake. I haven't forgotten about the cinnamon rolls. I will insert a clip of what they look like. Right now, I have them right behind me, and I am still waiting for them to come to room temperature and double in size. So I'm not gonna put those in until probably halfway through dinner. If not at the beginning of dinner, we'll see. I did go ahead and bake up the little end piece in the air fryer and threw a little bit of the icing on it just to see and taste it, and it did taste really, really good. So I know it's gonna taste good. But yeah, that's everything for today's dinner. I'm gonna sit down and relax for a little bit, edit this video, edit some other videos that I'm working on. I really need to figure out a situation for this. Every time I film, I see that in the background and it bugs me. I think what I'm gonna do is put my dog's food in the 5-gallon food container buckets with the gamma lid. I have an extra one. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna keep it in the pantry or in the laundry room where I normally keep their food at. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here, and until the next video. Bye, friends.